gonna try my hand on some hot honey glazed ribs on this cook today, guys. As I get my knife of choice for the project, I am going to load my recteq bullseye with these amazing bold BBQ bear mountain pellets. Amazing pellets. Check them out. Absolutely fantastic pellets that Bear Mountain produces, guys. I'm also going to hack my fire pot with both some apple and some hickory wood chunks. I'm just gonna pull out whatever's in that fire pot, and I'm gonna position my apple wood chunks around this fire pot. I want to do some apple wood smoke on these pork ribs. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I'm just gonna put a few more blocks there and empty out the remaining of the bag into the bottom of that fire pot there, guys. And can't forget that piece of hickory. Just one hickory chunk this time, guys. We're gonna put that heat deflector back on the bullseye, and we're gonna get that cooker started. I'm gonna do 225 on this thing. And here's today's project. We're gonna do 3 racks of these already trimmed up St. Louis style pork ribs. And guys, this is just value pork. Nothing fancy here. Pretty cheap from my local HEB. They're good eating and they're easy to cook. And why not? It had been a minute since I did some ribs up to this point, and I'm making up for that. First, I'm going to remove that diaphragm. I'm not going to remove that membrane. I'm just going to score it, and I'm going to trim off a couple of bones on each side just to kind of shape them up, give them a little shape there. I don't have to, I mean, because we're just going to eat them at home, but I just like trimming them up a little bit, squaring them up, making them look good, kind of uniform, I guess you could say. And I do keep those other pieces for other cooks, for other projects as well, in case you guys are wondering. But that's what they look like. Minimal trimmage. I like what they look. And I'm coming in there with that American Pitmaster brisket rub. Mr. Arnie Tex himself, his brisket rub, guys. This stuff is fantastic. I'm going to do these pork ribs with it. I know that the bottle says brisket, but don't be afraid to experiment with your rubs on different proteins. And I'm putting it in here into this bullseye here. I'm just gonna lay them in there and shape them up just the way you want to cook them, because that's how they're gonna end up cooking. So take your time when you do this. Make sure that's what you want them to look like during the cooking process, because 9 times out of 10 they're gonna look just like that when you're done cooking them. Now I'm just going to kind of touch up a couple of spots here that it lost some rub when I was manhandling these racks. And I'm going to position my little shaker in there because I did a little Instagram shot. But there you see the ribs cooking. And you can see just a little bit of flame underneath that heat deflector. Not to worry, it turns off when you close the lid. They got smoked up pretty good, pretty nicely. I'm liking the color. Nice sweating action going on this bullseye. Guys, you cannot be afraid of a little flame. And here we go. Right about then is where I like that color. So I'm thinking it's wrap time right about this time, guys. This is 4 hours, if you guys are wondering. 4 hours at 225. And this is what that rack of rib looks like. Could have gone just wide open. I like to get my ribs a little tender, so that's why I'm using that foil. And on 2 of these racks, I'm going to end up doing that hot honey on them. And one of them I'm just going to leave wrapped, but you'll see when we get to that point. This is how I wrap my ribs right here, you guys. Nice and simple. There's the second rack. They all have a nice color on both sides, front and back. During the cook here, we're doing pretty good. And like I said, I could have just let them go without wrapping them, but I thought I like my ribs a little more tender, on the tender side, to be honest with you guys. Back into the cooker for another hour. Guys, these get done in 5 hours. I'm going to come back and temp them. I like upper temperature on my ribs here, like 210, 205. And that's where we're at right there, guys. So I'm good to go with that. And they're probing very nicely. Smell amazing. Cannot wait to taste these ribs. And now I'm getting hungry again watching this. But that's just the way that it goes. You end up having to watch your cook while editing. Well, if you do it like I do, you do, and then you end up getting hungry. And there's my hot honey that I'm using, guys. I'm using some of that Sous Bee hot honey. Now I'm just gonna unwrap 2 of these racks and put them back bone side down. And while I get that hot honey that I'm applying to these ribs generously. And that is just a beautiful sight. And I'll tell you what, it smells fantastic too. And just take a look at the color of this rack, guys. These are absolutely fantastic. Look at the color, look at the sheen, the shine, the glaze, the drippage. I mean, you can see my reflection on that rack of ribs. That looks absolutely fantastic. Perfect pullback. It came out nice and dark. That smoke, that hot honey. And man, I am liking what I am seeing here. And that's the finished product, guys. There's your 2 hot honey glazed racks. And the dry one right there that I kept wrapped. But I sliced them all up, and you guys guessed it, everybody enjoyed the hot honey ribs more than the regular one. And this will not be the last time that I do this. I think that was a very tasty rib, and I have very many more ideas on what to use that hot honey on. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.